My beloved friends, I understand that suffering is a difficult and complex topic, but let me simplify it for you. Suffering has its origins in various factors. Firstly, there are the accidents and imperfections that come with living in a physical world. These are the natural challenges that we face as mortal beings. Secondly, there are the consequences of our own choices and actions. When we go against the laws of life and light, we experience the effects of sin. Lastly, there is the harvest of our persistent rebellion against the righteous rule of heaven on earth. These are the consequences of our iniquity. However, it is important to know that God does not willingly afflict his children. He does not send suffering as a punishment for wrongdoing. Suffering is not a personal visitation of divine judgment. It is not God's desire to see us suffer. Instead, much of our suffering is a result of our own actions and the imperfect nature of our world. It is true that pain and suffering are part of the evolutionary process. They can lead to growth and adaptation, but it is not God who causes our suffering. We should not blame him for the hardships we face. Instead, we should take responsibility for our own actions and strive to make the best of our lives. It is also important to note that suffering is not always a punishment for sin. Job, a wise man from ancient times, experienced great suffering, but it was not because he had done something wrong. Sometimes, suffering is a mystery that we cannot fully understand. But even in the midst of suffering, we can find comfort and healing in our faith and in the love of God. So, my dear friends, let us not blame God for our suffering. Instead, let us seek to understand the causes of our afflictions and work towards lessening our own temporal sufferings. Let us remember that God is always with us, offering comfort and salvation, even in the midst of our trials. And let us strive to live in accordance with his divine will, so that we may find peace and joy in this life and the life to